Good morning, guys. How are you doing this morning? So, I want to talk to you this morning or share my experience rather of this morning and see how I can put some wisdom to it to and apply, apply to our everyday life. Um, this morning being Saturday morning, I'm a part of a group, a fitness group. So we our plan was to go hiking this morning. So when we got up in the early morning, it was really raining. And as I go through the points, I am going to give the wisdom and the lesson that I learned from each point. So we got up this morning and it was really raining, and while getting ready and stuff like that, I looked outside and I'm like, "Oh, bed, here I come," because it's raining, so we're not gonna go again. And of course, there's this one person that have to be in the group. I said, "No, let's go." And so she said, "No, we are gonna go and wait a while and see if the rain subside." And we did just that. The lesson I learned from that part, where I got up, looked outside, it was really pouring down, and thought, well, it's not going to happen. The lesson from that part is this: it doesn't matter how things look in life. It doesn't matter how things look in life. Don't give up. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Things might look bleaky, like this morning it was raining, and I thought we would never go hiking. But we went, we persevered, and there was one person that said, "No, we can do it." And so we went and we started our hiking. On our way going in the park, we had some in front. Well, our guide, he's in front, and then there's people in the second position, and others all the way behind. But we're all heading to the same direction. The lesson from that part is this: we may not always move at the same pace. It's okay as long as we arrive at our destination. We might not always move at the same pace, but as it's okay once we arrive at the destination. All right? And so continuing on our journey, um, we noticed the beautiful ray of the sunshine, and the rocks in the middle of the ocean, and beautiful view, panoramic view, and it was just awesome. But the instructor, the guide, he continued walking. He didn't stop, and a few of them stopped taking pictures, and I wanted pictures. So I said, okay, I said to the person behind me, take pictures of that for me. And so they stopped taking pictures, but I continued walking. The lesson I learned from that is this: there are people that will not ease up on their quest in life. They will not stop, but they will give you reason to stop. They will not stop themselves. I didn't stop walking, but they stopped. I said to her, take pictures, and she stopped, right? To take pictures, and I was ahead of her. I was ahead of her. So my journey continued. The beautiful view, which leads me to my second lesson from that. Distractions, distractions, distractions. Life itself is filled with distraction. Do not allow anything to distract you. The instructor, the guide, he continued walking. Nothing distracted him. Beautiful things can distract you. Man can distract you. Woman can distract you. The partying, the clubbing, friends that like to, flamboyancy and all of that. Those things can distract you. Life, a lot of things are in life to distract you from your purpose, from your journey, from achieving. Do not allow anything to distract you, because those my colleagues, that stopped to take picture, they were way behind those who continued walking. They stopped. Mind you, we're all on the same journey. Okay? And now we walked and we walked and we came to this area where looking down is like a cliff and it's scary. I started screaming because you know, I started screaming. And I'm like, oh my God, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm afraid, you know, because the path that we have to walk on was so narrow and it was a slippery terrain. The fact that it was raining and rugged and slippery at the same time, you know, and looking down, if you slip, you're gone, you know, so I was extremely scared. And then one of my party that is with us said to me, don't look down, just keep your eyes straight, don't look down, because if you look down, you're gonna be afraid. And I'm like, okay, I'm not looking down, I'm not looking down, I'm not looking down. And I kept on saying that to myself, I am not looking down, I am not looking down, I'm gonna continue straight. The lesson I learned from that is this: on in life's journey, there are things that will make you afraid. There are things that will terrify you. There are things that will make you not want to continue. Because the first thing that came out of my mouth was, I want to go back. I can't do this. I want to go back. And when I said that, the instructor, the guide, he looked back, he stopped, and he saw that I was getting help, so he continued on the journey, you know. But my first impulse, my first thought was, I want to go back. You will come up on scary stuff in your life. You will come up on challenges, you know, that makes you so petrified, terrified of the outcome. But take your eyes off. Like Peter, when Peter was walking on the water, I'm going spiritual here now. When Peter was walking on the water, he was doing fine once his eyes was on Christ. But the minute Peter took his eyes off Christ, he started sinking, because now he started paying attention to the waves and all that was going on. The minute I took my eyes off that gushing and that steep cliff and all that was going on down there, I was okay. I was absolutely okay. And I continued and I made it. I made it past that area. And then at one point, the guide, he stopped to help me. He stopped to help me. And when he didn't stop to help me, actually stopped to look for those that was behind. And I continued walking. Now. At first he was all the way in front and all of that. I was probably second behind and you know, stuff like that. And there were others, you know, we're in sequence like that. And he stopped. I continued walking. Turns out now I was in front leading the entire pack. You know, and the guide was probably second, way behind, because of those that he stopped to wait for. The lesson and the wisdom in that is this: the race is not for the swift. Sometimes you will be winning, sometimes you will be losing. Sometimes you're in front, sometimes you're going to be behind. But the goal is never to stop to a standstill. You can pause and you rest and you slow down, but do not stop. Sometimes you're going to be in front, sometimes you're going to be winning, sometimes you're going to be losing. Yeah? And so continued walking, we continued walking, and then we came to this place that we decided, okay, we're going to go down. You know, it was really deep, really steep and rocky, and we decided that we're going to go down there. So we went down there. And very rugged terrain, scary too. Of course, I screamed my lungs out all the way going down. I've never seen a person that can scream as I can. And I got help going down here and there. I got help. I had a stick in my hand too, and this, at one moment the guide will help me, and another moment someone else will help me. The wisdom in this is that in life journey, don't be selfish. Always find it in your heart, find it in your time to give a helping hand. Help people along the journey, especially when you're all traveling on the same path, trying to accomplish the same thing. There's no hurt in helping others win. There's no hurt in helping someone overcome a challenge that he or she is facing. All right. And so we got to the bottom of where we wanted to be, and we stayed there for a while. And now I thought to myself, oh, if only I came prepared to swim, I would have swum. If only I came prepared, I would have swum. What's the wisdom in that? Always be prepared. Always dress to be addressed. Be prepared at all times, because you don't know what you're gonna come up on. You don't know when the table will turn for you for good, and because you're not prepared, you miss out on a blessing. You miss out on a great opportunity. You miss out on avoiding some malhappenings, because you were not prepared. So always be prepared in life. And we were there, and went well. And then we decided we left, and we continued on our journey of hiking. And we went to another area. And that this time I decided, you know what? I don't care. I'm going in the water with what I have. I'm just going in. And I did just that. See, if you can see, right, I'm not even seeing the camera. You know that? I know I'm videoing, but I'm not seeing the camera because of the sun. Yeah, I'm not seeing myself really. But so I decided I'm just gonna go in wet. All I did, I took off my sneakers and my socks, and I went in, and I enjoyed that water. I enjoyed that water. What's the wisdom in that part? In life, we contemplate and rationalize and, make everything to be a scientific matter. And, we want to have the know-how and the pen. Sometimes just take a leap of faith. Just like Nike said, just do it. You don't have to have everything right. You don't have to have everything in order to experience joy, to experience happiness. Just go ahead and live. Just enjoy life. And believe me, I had fun. Throwing myself in that water and just laying there and have the wave coming at me and hitting me. And, oh, it was beautiful in what I have on. So there are times in life when you just have to take a leap of faith, and it's beautiful. All right. So we did that, and coming back, now we had to climb the same rocks, to get back all the way on top there. And because I did not have my shoe on, and the rocks is kind of difficult for my foot bottom, because I'm not accustomed to not wearing shoes. So it really, my foot bottom is very tender, and I moved a little bit slower. So eventually I got my sneakers on. The guide was there waiting for me while everyone else was on top, and he was there waiting for me. So now I'm climbing all those rocks, and I'm climbing, and he's behind me pushing me up, and sometimes in front of me, holding my hands, and to help me to get to the top. But because I know, and at one point he said to me, use your legs to push yourself up. Use your legs to push yourself up. And it hit me, because I know that he's behind me pushing me up, and sometimes in front holding my hand and pulling me up. I wasn't using my legs. So when he said that to me, the first one I did, it was very painful, yes, but I used my legs, and I did it once, I did it twice, I did it 3 times, and then it became easier, me using my legs to push and holding onto the rocks to push myself up. What's the wisdom and the lesson from that? In life, sometimes we are too dependent on others. We are too dependent on the help that we know that we have, because we know we can get this help, and we know we don't want to do anything for ourselves. Use your legs to push yourself up. Use whatever you have to help yourself. Do not be dependent, not because you know the help is there, you're gonna, you know, depend on yourself sometimes. You'll be surprised how much you can do on your own. Yeah? And so we got to the top, and we're walking and we're walking, and the guide took the path that we took to come. And but there's the other person who knows the area better than even the guide. And so she was taking another way that is more up in the, is higher up. And I followed her because I'm like, okay, I am gonna follow the person that is more experienced, and know the place better. And the way that she took was a little more rocky, a little more steep than the path that the guide took. And the guide was saying to us, why didn't you walk this way? It's easier. It's easier if you had walked this way. And she said, yeah, but we left that path because we saw some people coming, and the path is narrow. What's the lesson that I took from that? It's not all the time that we have to seek for the easy way out. Not all the time the easy way out is better. All right? There are times when the path to success is rugged, it's steep, it's challenging. Take that path. Yes, you can take the smooth path, but the smooth path can also lead you into difficulties. The smooth path can have barriers. The smooth path is not always the best path to success, to happiness, to peace. Okay? We walked, we continued, and we got to the end. Ooh, yeah, we got to the end. And when I got there, I said, but why didn't we take the same path that we took when we were going? Because I did not pass the cliff that made me scared and screaming and saying, I want to go back. They said to me, but we did. I said, no, we didn't, because I didn't see it. They said, yes, we did. We did. First experience is always probably the most difficult. The first time at anything is most of the time is the most difficult. But after that, and you have gotten used to gotten used to it, it gets better and better. The first time going, it was hard. But coming back, I had fun. Coming back, I had fun. It was the whole experience was fun. And knowing me, I'm just a thinker. I think everything. Oh gosh, I think everything. So from I got up and looking at the whole thing, wisdom and knowledge just keep coming to me and flooding me and flooding me and flooding me, and the whole thing, just became a whole experience of motivation. And I thought to myself, no, I have to share this with the world. I have to share this with my brothers. I have to share this with my sisters. I have to share what I got from the whole hiking. And it's beautiful, and we did it. So look at the time. I can't say the time, but yeah, we did it fast and we had fun. And here I am, Abe, living to tell the story. I did not fall off. I didn't fall. I did not fall. We made it. Some of us arrived at the destination before some, but at one point we were all together having fun. We accomplished together. Some started off, some fell along the way and fell back rather along the way, but we continued. And as I said earlier, there were times when I was in front and another time someone else was in front, and but life is like that. There are times when we're ahead and there are times when we will fall back. But keep going, keep going. Have a wonderful Saturday, guys. I love you all so very much. And this is your therapist and your friend, And you're laughing, girl, because I love to laugh. Laughing is my medicine. So have a wonderful Saturday, and that's all. I hope that this helps you. Bye bye.